Welcome to Beautiful Full Podcast. I'm your host, Classy Earth Angel. And something I've been thinking about lately is how so many women pour themselves into education, degrees, certifications, careers, and people assume it's because we're hyper independent or overly ambitious. But I don't think that's the full truth. A lot of women are focusing on education because they don't have a partner they feel safe enough to be feminine with. And I don't mean feminine in a shallow way. I mean the natural desire to be soft, to follow, to collaborate, and to trust someone's leadership, to build a life with a partner who makes you feel held. Those feminine traits need a certain environment to come alive. They need safety, they need presence. They need a man who shows up consistently. When a woman doesn't have that, or she's had relationships where she couldn't rely on anyone, her energy has to go somewhere. And a lot of the time, it goes into achievements. It goes into education. It goes into building a version of security she couldn't find in love. Education becomes a place where she invests the energy she would have shared with a partner. Careers become the structure she leans on when she doesn't have someone she can comfortably lean on emotionally. Independence becomes her backup plan, her safety net, her self-protection. It's not that she isn't feminine, it's that her femininity doesn't have a place to rest. So she learns to lead herself. She becomes her own stability. She becomes her own provider and protector because she hasn't met a man who can play that role with reliability. And here's the part people don't talk about. When the right masculine energy shows up, that steady, grounded, intentional presence, a lot of women naturally softens, yes me. Not because they're weak, but because they finally feel safe enough to stop surviving. They can redirect their energy from self-protection into partnership. Education and ambition don't disappear, but the reason behind them shifts. It becomes growth-driven instead of survival-driven. So next time we talk about ambitious women or hyper independent women, we have to remember many of them aren't leading because they want to. They're leading because no one showed up to lead with them. And until they meet someone who honors their femininity, who actually receives it, they'll keep pouring into themselves because that's one investment that has never let them down. So, with all of that being said, as someone who was very education focused and career driven and just hyper independent, super hyper independent, I can attest to all of these things from personal experience being true to me. Like, I didn't realize what it was. Well, the obvious. Okay, so it's like, oh, I gotta get it on my own. I don't want to depend on anybody. I'm the only one that can make sure I'm safe and secure. And then when you become a mother, you're like, oh, I gotta make sure my kids are good. So we think that that's really the ambition behind our pursuits. But honestly, we're expressing and we're exercising feminine traits with education, with career. Like I mentioned, it's the following. Women, we naturally are followers. We're naturally followers. But I think society today has kind of shifted that and made it seem like, oh no, we're leading because we're grabbing the bull by the horns. We're doing the work. We're on our grind. We're working. We're doing stuff. So we feel like we're in charge. We're the leader. That is false. We actually want structure and following and that masculine support, and we find that, or let me just stop generalizing it, but let me use it for personal so you don't feel attacked if this is a lot and you kind of fall into the category. But for me, and this is all that I'm realizing when coming more into my actual femininity and just understanding myself better and the Bible better and such, I even thought big boss stuff. I'm on my boss moves, but no, I thrived with structure. I thrived with the leader. You have a syllabus. There are rules. There are things like that. You have prompts. You have lessons. We're sitting there. We're learning. Just like a man, our leader would give us provision. He would educate us. He's the minister of the home. Things like that. But when that's lacking, I was getting that fulfillment from education. So I felt safe. I felt secure. I felt like, okay, I see the syllabus, I see this assignment, I was taught this week's lesson. I have to just apply it and do my best. I know what the rubric is for grading, and I just have to follow this. If I do this, I'll do a good job, I'll get a good grade, and you know, we just keep doing this, and then at the end, I know there's a big goal of a degree. So I just felt safety in that. There was no anxiety attached. There was no what can tomorrow bring. It was such structure and such trust. I trusted it because one, okay, I'm going to an accredited university. Don't think I'm gonna get scammed or anything. Two, like I have the support of my professor, my peers, like everything's in writing. If they were trying to play me, like, oh, you didn't follow this and this and this, but it's in the syllabus and I did exactly right, I could pull up the paper. Here's the receipts. I did exactly what was required. Like, why are you being weird? So I felt there was a safety net, even if there was a weird professor or strict or something like that. It's like everything was laid out on paper. I knew what to do. Like, we can always go back to the policies and stuff. So it was very much safety. And I've realized that that was the only place in my life that I was getting that fulfillment or that safety, that comfort and structure from. Everything else was just kind of on me. I was a single mom for a long time, and I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to figure everything out. It was kind of like chaotic, and I'm just like having decision fatigue. I'm just going. But when I sit down at that computer, when I, reading through what I need to do is so structured. It's laid out for me. I don't have to decide things. All I got to do is plan now. I know what is required, what's coming up, the dates and all these things, and I just got to put it to fit into my life so that I don't miss anything. And it was like so calming that all I had to do was plan. I love planning. I love scheduling things. That's all I had to do. And then apply myself to the lessons. That's it. There was no deciding, no how many chapters should I read till this week so I can know. No, it says right here, I have to read chapter 2 to 10 by the 13th and write a 1-page essay on it. Okay, great. Let me break it down. I'll do 2 hours Monday. So it was just so I didn't, it was just comfort and support in the only area of my life when really, like, I thrive for it. I think as women, we thrive for it, well-roundedly our entire life, every area of life. And a lot of us are deprived of that if we don't have a partner to fulfill that. And then I want to take it back to even before I was a single mother, when I was living on my own in my early 20s. I was a medical assistant for 4 years. So I'm working 4 10-hour shifts. I had the Thursday and the weekends off. And so I'm working 4 10s, tired, I'm young. My friends are still living at home and going to university and, partying on the weekend and stuff. And I feel like I'm just like so stressed out. I feel like I'm just like a real grown up and I don't like, so tired and all kind of stuff. And it's just like, decision fatigue, and I'm just working, I'm pouring everything into that. And then I just saw guys is just like, oh, whatever, like fun or whatever. I knew I couldn't they made me more anxious, but it was the type of man I was, entertaining. But it's like, oh, I can't, all that stuff is fairy tale for a man to make you feel safe and secure and provide for you and to teach you things and to take stuff off your plate. Like that's unrealistic in this day and age. This was my thought process then. Like, so I'm not even on that. A lot of guys are just pretend to be that, and then you'll look stupid at the end and you're all used up and abused up. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna focus on me, make sure I'm good, and I'm just gonna get whatever I'm gonna get out of a man. Like, we're gonna spend time together, whatever, but I'm never gonna do anything for him. I'm never gonna buy him anything. Like, at the end of the day, when whatever he's been talking to other girls or something like that, I'm not gonna look stupid because you paid my rent. That didn't change just because the truth came out. You bought me this, you took me here, all of that's facts. That's not gonna change. You did all of this for me while I gave you nothing but my presence. So therefore I win. And that was my mentality. I just didn't want to look stupid. I went from like high school and stuff, seeing people get exposed and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want a man to make me look stupid. So I had this guard up, and I felt, now that I'm wise and experienced, I know I was yearning for someone to follow, I had such anxiety and I had decision fatigue. Oh, a decade of decision fatigue is is a lot. So it's like I was yearning for that, but I didn't know what that was. I was thinking I just need a good job so that I don't have to worry about stuff. That's what my mentality was, and it just increased once I became a mother. I tried the relationship with my son's father, and then I was just like, oh, see, this is why like you don't take it serious. This is why it's just not good. So now I need to go into beast mode. I really need to get more. I need to get all these degrees. I need to go 110, But being older and wiser, like I said, now I see this whole time I needed someone to, okay, this sounds terrible, but you read the Bible, is how it is. I needed someone to serve. I need a husband to serve because I like doing stuff and applying myself and such if I know what's going on. If I have not a to-do list, but you know what I mean? Like someone lead me. There we go. I need to be led. There we go. To like not be anxious or be having decision fatigue or just making mistakes. Like I I don't make the bet. I was very impulsive, I guess I still am impulsive, but I don't act now. I can have impulsive thoughts and I can check myself and direct myself, but back then I was just like, oh, thought action, and it's like, oh my god, that was bad. And so it's like correcting myself over and over and over, whereas a man, how they have like analytical skills and such that they can foresee certain things, they can really give you good advice or good guidance. Hey babe, that's not gonna actually pan out the way you think, and they can explain it, or you just do it their way and it's like, oh wow, you're right. So that's just something I've noticed. And I feel like with this raw super femininity stuff, they make it seem like exploring education and focusing on your careers and yourself and being this big money going getting woman is like a masculine thing. Like, oh, you want to work like a man, you want to da 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 da. But during all this process and the energy we're putting into those things, those are actually very feminine traits. They are very feminine traits, but people are just like, oh, you want to work? That's masculine. You want to take care of yourself? That's masculine. No, we want safety. We want security. We want provision. And we feel this is the only way to get it on our own. The way the dating pool is out here and everything, I mean, can you blame us for thinking this is the only way we can get it? Do you know what I mean? And the way they spin certain things, it's like, oh, okay, well then I'm a boss woman. I am a this, I'm gonna wear a pantsuit. Forget the dresses. Like, I'm on my big boss. Like, no, like you're still very feminine. You're actually exhibiting feminine traits. It's like you're yearning to I don't know what to say this, but like attract masculine traits, masculine partner, or masculine roles, because you're utilizing this femininity. So for me personally, again, like since I've graduated, I finished my final degree and everything, I have like no interest in pursuing the career. I have no interest in using my degree. And I'm like, what is that? What is that? And I just was thinking, and it's like, because what I was getting, what was fulfilling me during the school process, I have in my relationship now. I don't have to think. I just have to follow. And we're at this point where I've gone against him enough and did my own thing and it's failed, and what he said has been right, or I've seen like, oh, just listening to him, it's panned out time and time again. So now I can really 100% just be soft and trust and like, oh, he said this, we're doing this. Okay, we're doing this. Oh, I need to do this by this date. I'm going to do it. And everything's been so great. I have gotten like, I do not have anxiety anymore. I do not have racing thoughts anymore. And I'm like, what is it? And to me, before I was really thinking about the femininity stuff and everything, I'm like, it's because I don't have all these assignments and stuff on my mind. And I'm not writing essays and taking care of kids and doing all this and having these assignments and then doing Zoom with the classes. So I'm like, that's why. That probably was giving me anxiety. But then as I thought, I said, wait a minute, no, the school was the only time I felt structured, 100% structured. So that's not it. Not that I have a less load because of education now. I feel different. It's because well-rounded my whole life now. I have that structure, that safety. And so now I don't have anxiety. I'm not having decision fatigue. I don't. And I'm like, oh. it was okay. So that's when I'm like, oh, I need to get this out. Like, I need to talk about this because it's so crazy. Like, how I thought that was such a masculine exploration, like education and stuff. Because women, they tell us we're just supposed to be housewives, just supposed to, like, oh, legal age, or not even, depends on, whatever the time or whatever. But it's like, oh, adulthood, wife, mother, cook, clean. It's like, okay, so now that I'm looking out here and I want to travel and I want to be self-sufficient and I want to take care of myself and pay all my bills and not have to worry about stuff, that's so masculine. It's like, no, I just yearned and wanted these things that you should get from a partner, but it's not really like broadcasted or available, So feminine traits like softness, receptivity, collaboration, intuition, nurturing energy, and desire to lean into partnership is so natural. It comes alive in the presence of a partner that we trust. But when there's no partner or past relationships have been unstable or safe, we may direct that energy into self-advancement, which is often expressed through education and ambition. So instead of following a supportive masculine lead, we follow ourselves. We lead ourselves. Instead of depending on a partner, we depend on our degrees, credentials, and skill sets. Instead of building a shared life, we build security options and identity through our own achievements. It isn't a failure of femininity, it's a response to an environment where masculine safety or partnership is absent. And then you might say, well, there are a lot of married women that go back to school. There are a lot of engaged people in my class. There's a lot of, okay, right. I didn't say it was just a lack of a partner itself, but a lack of the masculine traits. So you could have a partner, you could be married, you could be a 10-year relationship going back to school, or you're with your college beau, whatever. But if there's some, like, you can't go to him and with a problem and he immediately offers a solution that actually can pan out and help, if you can't go to him emotionally and he can help you with that, there's something lacking in that masculinity that you yearn for and that we need, and that a man is to provide. One of those elements is missing, or a few, or whatever. Then you still want to explore. You feel like you need that backup plan. You still need to make sure you're okay, or you need to go 50-50 because so he's like, oh, I'm getting my stuff together. You need to get yours so we could collaborate. So there's still something lacking there, whether you realize it and it's like, oh, I hate that he does that, or I can't really depend on him, or he can't keep a job, so I must get my degrees. If it's something like that, or you're just emotionally just like, like, I don't know, or you have decision fatigue, everything's in your hands, the ball's in your court all the time, like you're leading the relationship, then you're still going to yearn for these masculine traits and expression of your femininity, because if you're not being provided with the masculine aspect, your femininity can't really be expressed to 100%, and you need that expression just naturally. So you still would have these pursuits, or still could have these pursuits even if you are in a relationship. So that's just something I wanted to speak on. Definitely just being an ambitious woman and such does not make you masculine. It is not. If anything, if a man is telling you that your education, your career, your goal-drivenness, all of that is masculine, and you think you're the man and all this, he feels inferior. A real masculine man would see your ambitions and stuff as effort and work. And I mean, he would think is great. He might not want you to work and stuff just as a natural thing. A man wants to be the provider, and he wants his woman, to do the other things, take care of him so he can take care of the family, right? So even if you've been in this ambitious role and you've been in these pursuits for so long, the right man would want to take you out of that. And don't see it as, oh, he's jealous, or he's this, or I work so hard. Like, no, do what you want to do. If you honestly love your career and you want to be working all the time, go ahead. But I'm just saying, if it's out of survival, like for me, my career pursuits, I wanted to be an author. I wanted to be an author. Briefly, I wanted to be a singer and a rapper, but then it just wasn't for me. But the one thing I've always wanted to do is like cook, clean, and write. That's all I wanted to do. And it's like out of needing to survive in this world, because I mean, we have bills, we need to eat, things like that. That's where that pursuit for education came from. It wasn't a burning desire in my heart and I couldn't wait to grow up to be a doctor or something. I didn't have that. It was like, oh, I need to survive, so what do I need to do? Oh, I just turned 18. Okay, let me sign up for this medical assistant program because it's only 9 months and I can make enough money, like pretty good out of school to get my own place because I need to take care of myself. It was all that. It wasn't, oh, I'm passionate about this and I can't wait to go to class. No. And then it's like, okay, now I'm a single mom. What do I need? What can I do? What has hours that, what job, career field, whatever would have hours that reflect a kid's school schedule, because I'm going to need to worry about that because I don't have help. I don't have nobody to go pick them up after school, things like that. So I need to think of the future. So that's where all of my stuff was coming from. So me personally, I can see my education pursuit and my hyper independency and all of this was because of lack of a provider. So it wasn't a burning desire. So if you're a woman, you're like, I played doctor since I was 4. Like, what are you talking about? I'm in med school because this is who I am. I don't care what man, Prince Charming, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, anybody come. I'm not stopping my pursuit because this is who I am. That's different. That is called a calling and a purpose and things like that. So you need to really... So this doesn't pertain to every educated woman, every woman in a career field. This is for those who... The spark to get your education, the spark of being hyper independent is because of lack of something to take the load off. It's for survival. You were doing certain things and pursuing certain things to survive. That's who I'm talking to. For those who, because some women, your purpose are the requirements, are education, are travel. It's hard to have a family for certain things, but if that's what God has called you to do it. So this is in general for every woman with a degree or education. These are the ones that spark and that drive to pursue it was out of survival, So for me, I feel I've made the connection that mine was purely out of survival. And so now that I am in a healthy relationship, I don't want to do nothing. And then even with my partner, he's always been the type, like, he's cool with accepting money from a woman. Like, we're doing this. You need to hustle. You need to be an entrepreneur. You da-da-da. Like, we're coming in, we're bringing this bag in and all that. And the more we've fallen in love and gotten to know each other, he doesn't want me to do a thing. And it was just so natural for him. He's never expressed that before. He's always wanted a woman to bring in money. Not like 50-50, but like, we need to get as much money. We're trying to get rich out here. Like, we need to bring as much money. Like, we're just money chasing. You know what I mean? So he's even noticed that shift. And I think it's because of, like, we're both going, he's like in his masculinity capacity, like he's at capacity, he's using the more masculine traits than ever. I'm using more feminine traits than ever, and we're bouncing off of each other. Him being such a good leader and educator and the minister of the home and such has made it a safe place for me to be 100% soft, 100% in my feminine, nurturing, taking care of him so he could take care of the family. And so the way I nurture him and I care and I provide the feminine traits that he needs as a man, it helps him build up his masculinity and be more of a man. And then that in turn makes it an even safer place for me to trust him and plans are getting done and such like that. And so him opening up, being more masculine, he's naturally like, I don't want my woman to leave the house. Like, not like that. I don't think of, okay. You know what I mean? Like, he just wants me to have an easy, soft life. He sees how much I love it at home and he wants to just do everything to keep me at home. He doesn't want me out following a boss and stressed out from work and things like that. Like, he doesn't want it. I got to quit my job when I was pregnant with our son. I think I was 8 months, just about to be 8 months pregnant. And he's like, oh, you can quit now. You don't gotta wait, And I'm like, huh? Because usually he was like, no, we need to make this money. You sit at a desk anyway. You can just sit there. We need more money. We need to, blah. And then just gradually he was like, no, you need rest. No, you need to stay home. You cook. Don't even cook tonight. Don't even clean. You need to rest. And I'm like, wow, he was like prioritizing my rest and stuff. And I was like, okay, last week, like whatever. And then that was months ago. Again, our baby's about to be 6 months next week. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But yeah, so even just in the last 6 months, he's like, no, I want you to stay at home. Like, I want you at home. You want to be at home? I want you at home. And it's just like, huh? But I've noticed that we've both been like growing and it's helping us like as individuals and as partners. And so I feel like that's just a natural way things shift, but yeah, so what I would just think of is, what's your why? What's your why for education and stuff? Like, what's your why? What was that thing that made you feel you need to go to school, or you want to go to school, or you want to stay in this career, or you know what I mean? Like, what's your why? Because it might just be you just really need to express your feminine energy more, and you're not masculine. You're not, it's whatever society kind of warps everything, if you haven't noticed. So yeah, you're a very feminine woman working on yourself and being so ambitious. Like, you are, you're just possibly yearning for that masculine, I don't want to say savior, but you know what I mean, that look, the masculine part, so you can express yourself. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about my perspective, and I hope you have a beautiful blessed day.